Welcome to our thought for this week, and thank you for joining me. The past week we have been remembering, especially remembering those who have given their all in war and armed conflict. We have also remembered our own personal losses of our loved ones during our annual memorial service. Today, I want to invite us to reflect on Psalm 121 as an aid to moving forward in our church calendar from remembrance of the loss to Advent and to expectation of all the celebrations of Christmas once more. So let us read Psalm 121. It's a song of ascent. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. From where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. And the sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. In verses 1 and 2, we're encouraging us to look to God. When I lift my eyes to the mountains, I am looking beyond myself and my situation to something bigger than myself, to someone bigger than myself and my circumstances. I am looking to God. It takes us out of the anguish and sadness of grief and remembrance and enables us to start to see beyond our loss and our sadness. It lifts our mood. Let us read those two verses again. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. In verses 3 and 4, it reminds us that God will not let us fall as we look to him. Our steps forward might be difficult, and we may feel as if we might fall, but God has promised he is always there. And as we read those verses again, let us remind ourselves that he is always there. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. In verses 5 and 6, there is a reminder that God is personally there for us, day and night. And when our hearts cry out to him, he sees. God understands and stands to shade and protect us. That's a lovely picture, that God is stood shading and protecting us. Let us think of that as we read those verses again. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. In verses 7 and 8, we are reminded that we are not alone. It may feel like it from time to time, but God has promised to keep us from harm, to watch over us both day and night, and forevermore. If looking forward to Advent and Christmas is difficult, remember God knows our individual circumstances and he cares. we read those 2 verses again. Remember, God knows our individual circumstances and he truly cares. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. God is with us, protecting, loving, caring, and understanding, and leading us forward from remembrance to celebration. Feel and know his presence as Emmanuel, God with us, as we move forward. Amen.